Hey everyone, my name is Layla and welcome back to the channel. Aubrey Graham is no stranger to this channel, and might I say we are kind of quote unquote a stan of him. Not on no like Taylor Swift shit, but like he cool twin. When his beginnings on the Young Money Cash Money team, Drake soon skyrocketed to success and new heights that we ain't even think will happen in this era again. With massive and impressive tours, hits on hits, and albums that become certified classics. In my opinion and others, the hunger he has and how he has proven that he's not finished and won't be finished for a long time. Even though he said he was going to retire, I don't think it will really happen, because in his music and just the way that he maneuvers with people he collab with, stuff that he do, videos that he make, it's just like he's not ready to pass it along to the next upcoming person. On top of that, in my last Drake video, which will be linked on the top, he doesn't have a protege to pass it down to like say like, hey, I'm out the game, this is who's next up, just like how Wayne did him. All that goes to say is that it's real life a problem and it needs to have a conversation. We need to figure out why Drake is either A, scared to retire, or two, just don't want to retire. Drake recently just dropped this album called For All the Dogs, and it had mixed reviews. The problem isn't with the mixed reviews, because everyone's gonna have their opinion. I mean, music is the most subjective thing on the planet, but the rollout for this album wasn't nearly as hype as his previous album. For example, his 2016 album Views, not gonna lie to y'all, I ain't even gonna cap to y'all, I didn't start listening to the album seriously till this week. It's a Drake album, and why haven't I taken this Drake album seriously? And it's been out for the longest of time now. It's December, and that shit came out in October. For me personally, it's just too much going on. Everybody have too much music to listen to, and sometimes I really didn't have the time to just sit there and actually full out listen to an album. Like, it's just too much. I feel like it's just too much variety going on to even sit there and listen to an album. But look, that's the question I have to ask. Why are people ignoring it? Why did it take people so long to like listen to the album? But today we're gonna watch as Yassine explains why he ignored Drake's album and give us a little insight of what he thinks. Shout out to Hello Yassine for the content, and yeah, let's get to the video.
I waited quite a while to listen to this track. A lot of albums lately I just haven't been checking out because it's not pressing to check it out. But there are several reasons why I did this. Number one, I wasn't really anticipating a new Drake album. There's kind of this level of satiation that I've had with a ton of artists and rappers in general. I just don't need new music from them. Does that mean I don't want it? To a degree. But does that mean that I think they fell off or their best years are behind them? No. But it's that they've dropped such good music and in such ample amounts that it's enough for me for the rest of my life. So
right there, I wholeheartedly agree with him. It's only so much music that an artist can drop to the point where you like, all right, bro, like,
what more do you want from me?
I feel like in most people's eyes, Drake already solidified. Even if you hate him, if you don't like him or whatever, he already solidified his spot in most people's like music range, music taste. He definitely helped some of these rappers become who they are today. And I'm just saying, like, Drake got a beautiful catalog, and that shit goes like, nigga, that shit goes like, it's Drake is he top two, he not two. I think it's to the point where Drake just wanna, like, I guess he needs to make more money. I don't even know, cause he don't even need to drop anything. Drake can literally just be a father now. He can just be a father. He don't need to do this. He don't. Like, Drake got what? He got Take Care. He got Views. He got Nothing Was the Same. But Drake shit is insane. Drake does not have to go as hard as he does, because he already proven to the masses of what he can do, what he can provide, and who he is as an artist. You know what type of music he can produce. He produced great music. Everybody know this. It's fucking Drake. Drake is gonna be like a household name for years and years to come. I feel like if he stopped now, he would still be good for the rest of his life, and Adonis's life, and probably Adonis's kid. That's how far that shit goes. Like, he don't got like like hang it up for good, but like right now, like bro, we all draked out. We all draked out. That's what it is. We just all draked out.
Other songs like Callin' For You, I'm kind of fed up with 21 Savage on Drake tracks. It's not that they're bad together. It's just like, hey man, we're about to overdose here, okay? We've gotten way too much of you guys. Like, chill out, reconvene, and we'll see y'all later. The Virginia Beach track, that was okay, but like a lot of the first 7 tracks are just to me. The Yeet track, I think that was overhyped like crazy. Now this was originally a Yeet song, which to me is like, yo, Drake, you need to have, not you need, but Yeet is giving you tracks that you're hopping on. That's not the Drake that we know. And even for a Yeet track, I think this is mid, and I like Yeet's music. So I just didn't get why this performed so well.
You know exactly. This nigga know exactly why it performed so well. That shit had that one part. Money for fun. Money for fun. Money for fun. Like. Niggas on TikTok blew that shit up. Oh, to be honest, when I was going in and listening to that song, to it like outside of TikTok, that is, I really didn't know what to like expect. You know, nobody was really taking that song seriously. If we was being honest, niggas was making fun of Drake that whole thing. I think that's pretty much for all the dogs. That was the rollout that I see, because nobody was really talking about, oh my god, Drake dropped this shit fire. No, niggas was making fun of him. Was making fun of him, saying, oh my god, wonder for fun. Look at it. Look at, like, did you see the little cartoons? Hey, yeah, you see what the fuck I'm talking about? I had to butt in because that one cartoon just made that nigga. Bruh, that shit is crazy. Was that cartoon not crazy to nobody else? Nobody? I just had to say my piece. I'm alright. That's why that song did so well, because of TikTok. Thank TikTok. If TikTok wasn't here, most of these niggas would not be up. Promise you that.
Tracks. I love all of these songs. Now they're not like any slappers in that span. There's no hits, but it's like that smooth Drake that we kind of know, but there is like an element of experimentation there. There's still updates that we're getting about Drake and his life and what's going on. I didn't think Slime You Out was great as a song or a single or a quote unquote like an attempt at a hit, but it fits well in those 9 tracks. And I was honestly getting bored by the time I got to the 8th track. I was like, man, like after the Yeet one, I was like, yo, am I really going to continue listening to this? This is like 20 tracks. But those helped me just like have some hope for the album.
I think 2 things that really play a factor into like the success of For All the Dogs was quality of music and then how long the album is. Granted, people are still not taking account of how social media has ruined people's attention spans, such as TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and that quick sense of dopamine that hits them. They know that now, they should know that now people's attention spans are shorter. They're not going to be able to listen to a 29 song album, just like how back then when Chris Brown had dropped that long ass album, everybody was just like, who the fuck is finna sit there and listen to that? Y'all have to take it in account that people are not going to listen to that. And then on top of that, the quality of music. I'm not saying that Drake doesn't have that touch, but it's just like, I feel like it's not really as much as old Drake. You feel me? Everybody know what old Drake is. Everybody know old Drake hits. Everybody knows that old Drake was like not the nigga to fuck with. And I feel like he's trying to do that and then be experimental with other stuff, and he just have to realize like either you gonna be that nigga Drake or you gonna experiment and try to be other stuff, but at the same time you can't make it combine because it's gonna ruin your quality of music. And yeah, I just think that's probably why it kind of would hinder the success of For All the Dogs, you know.
After that, when you've got like BBL Love, you've got the song with Bad Bunny, which was just, I just don't even know what he was doing there. That's something that I would have wanted to do with Yeet. Like he basically gave, I can't imagine what was going through Bad Bunny's head when he got the song sent to him, because it just doesn't sound like he belongs on there or is supposed to be on there. It just doesn't sound good. Then Rich Baby Daddy, that song is like, it's a decent song, but it's like, why do you have Sexy Red on a song? I mean, it's just, I think it would have done more damage in a positive way for him to hop on a Sexy Red song as opposed to having her on his album. But either way, I just don't think she belongs with Drake at all. It just doesn't go together.
Actually, hold on, wait. I actually like that song. That shit. He probably added her to that song because that bitch know how to make a catchy tune. I ain't even gonna cap to you. Ski, Pound Town. I do not agree with them lyrics. Hey, no bullshit. Like, I'm 100% honest. I don't agree with half of the shit she be saying. But damn, I don't mean to call you no bitch, but bitch, she know how to make a catchy ass tune. I swear to you. The real reason why he had Sexy Red on that song is because he know, like, she's hot right now. She's hot right now. If you, nigga, call a spade, she's hot right now. She's hotter than most of these girls. Even though her music is just filled with degenerate ass shit. It's hot, it's catchy, it's fun. He wanted her on the song because, one, she make catchy ass music. Two, she hot right now. And three, maybe he just wanted a fun ass track on the album instead of all that experimental shit that he's doing. Have we ever considered that? Have we ever thought about that? Drake know what he doing. Drake have the power and the influence to, like, flip the narrative. So he is gonna take somebody like Sexy Red, put her on the song, and make that shit catchy and sound good. So that's really why he added her ass on the song.
I'm not going to give my opinion on Yachty too much, but he's a great example of a rapper that got so far and sucked. Like, so much of his stuff just sucks. Yeah, like, the last two tracks, they're like, all right. But overall, this album, I don't think, like, fans of Drake, they're like, nah, y'all gotta wait. Everyone was hating on it. They're going to catch on. But just the sensitivity that Drake has displayed when other people have talked about this album is a testament to, I think, how he feels about it. And also, I think it gives credence to my estimate that he's experimenting a lot more.
Bullshit, because the way he went off on Joe Budden about this album, I was just like, it never gave that serious. Mind you, Drake is a grown ass man. That nigga is about to touch his 40s. So for him to, like, and be like, you did this and this, you ain't never made it. I'm like, nigga, that nigga must have thought the album was ass. Drake himself must have thought that album was straight poo. Cause, like, it never really gave that much to be serious. Like, niggas all around the world is not gonna like everything that you do. There's gonna be one hating ass nigga out there. It might be mad, but you just gotta roll with the punches. You don't see J. Cole go up in a frenzy just because a nigga don't like his songs or like his albums. J. Cole could give less than a fuck. Like, and when I saw that on Instagram where he was actually sitting there cussing out Joe Budden, and mind you, Joe Budden is like, he was like a Drake dick rider. So I'm just like, nigga, why you ain't, like, what
You could.
Cause I ain't even gonna lie, some shit that Joe Budden did say on his whole podcast, he was spitting. I think the only reason why he was acting like that, cause Drake knew that shit was poo as fuck.
Whereas for Ye, you're hearing College Dropout, and then you're listening to Donda, and you're like, whoa, this is like completely different people. And then you listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and you listen to Yeezus, and you're like, whoa, this could be completely different artists if he just didn't have the same voice. And that was a criticism of Drake, is, I would say, like, not necessarily lack of versatility, but his inability, or the fact that he didn't want to, like, widen his horizons. And I think that's something he's been trying to do for the past several years.
And he just can't get it. He can't get that shit, twin. That shit, hey. You know what? I do respect Drake for, not retiring. Now that everything is making sense, everything is coming clear to me. I think Drake is not retiring because I feel like he's still in his era of trying to experiment with music. I think he's just so, like, worried about how people really gonna view it if it's really like that bad. Cause the Honestly Nevermind album, people was not fucking with that album at all. Like, but he was experimenting. He was just, like, trying to tap into techno. What was that one line he said? He was like, if I give him some cookies for that, I give him, like, a cookie or two for that. He tried his hardest to, like, actually be experimental, but he's not thinking wide enough. He's still in a narrow little mind because he's still making, like he said, he's still making the same music, which is true. He could try some alternative shit, and Drake can try some pop shit. He can go anywhere. He gotta want to pull out that thing because that techno album was just the worst way. I feel like if he honestly Nevermind was instead of a techno album, because what is it? It can't be listed as dance. If he would have did a pop album, I feel like that would have been a better route. Pop or its alternative album would have been a better route than a fucking dance album. It was just not. It was not hitting on anything. Experimenting and seeing success from it, because I think he's experimenting and he's not seeing as much as the same success as way back when.
There, and I think it's kind of endearing to see him react so sensitively, because that's how a new artist would react that just blew up and they're like trying to put out an album. People are like, man, this sucks. And then he's upset with it. He's like, man, why do people not like my stuff? Like, I put so much work into this. I was like trying something new. And the fact that he has that now, it's kind of like this new, fresh look he has on music, because I don't know how some artists be doing music for so long or doing the same thing for so long and still have like this youthful like exuberance about it. I'm somewhat envious of it. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do something for 15 plus years and be like, yo, this is amazing. I can't wait to do this again today.
I honestly think that with everything going on, I think if he is going to start experimenting, which I am like 100% proud of him for doing, and I want him to experiment because I do love Drake as an artist. He's one of my favorite artists. He's been my favorite artist for the longest time. The way that if you're gonna go and you're gonna pivot and you're gonna try something new, I think what really fucked him up, like I said before, if honestly Nevermind was a pop or an alternative type of album, I think it wouldn't have been as much as a. Now that he's trying to do like different stuff, I don't think it would be as bad as it is. It just would be like, oh, like Drake is trying, like he's okay. I give it a chance. Like for say Yachty, he's been trying to pivot for a while, and he finally did with Let's Start Here.
It really technically started with Teenage Emotions, but it fully transpired into Let's Start Here, which is like one of his like best albums.
Stuff like that, like it's like Yachty went alternative. It wasn't so far from hip hop because Drake is such a staple in hip hop. He's such a staple in rap to the point where you try to go all the way to the other side, niggas gonna look at you like, what the fuck are you doing? You feel me? So I feel like if Drake was to ever listen to this, and Drake, if you was to ever listen to this, I love you, man. But look, if you are going to start experimenting and you are going to start trying to move yourself out of one section and put yourself in another section, you have to take baby steps. Probably come out with a song, see how people like it. Then you want to start having range. Don't try to jump into one complete pool. Don't try to, you in rap and you try to jump into the Latino shit. You can't do that. You have to, you feel me? You have to take your time. You have to. It's levels to this shit. And then that's another thing. I don't think he understands it's levels to this shit just because he's Drake. I understand, like, nigga, you're Drake. Drake. He's Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Drake.
It's a certain way to go and a certain level of creativity that you have to have in order to jump to one section and go on to another. He can keep coming out with music, but I think he should retire probably for a year or two just to like. If he is trying to experiment and jump into other things, I think he should take a year off just to practice, write down something, get a clear mind, boost up your creativity so he can like start going on and start experimenting. And the shit is actually like, niggas is gonna be like, regular people, his regular fans are gonna be like, oh my god, like it's fire, and then everybody gonna start talking about him again. Like, that's all I'm saying. He just gotta take some time off, relax, clear his mind, set a new mindset, know what he's gonna do before he do it, and just try to execute it as much as he can, type of thing. I'm finna go back and listen to that album again and actually sit there and listen to it. I'm finna listen to Scary Hours too. I haven't even listened to that shit yet, but we finna tap into that as well. Again, that Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It helped me so much with the algorithm. Comment down below how should Drake go about this, or give me a couple of your favorite Drake songs, or let me know if you like the newest Drake album from all the dogs and stuff. Tell me your favorite song over there. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias. Link will be in the description box below. Make sure you also join the Discord with me and my gang so you can be locked in with us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you tell everybody that you love them, because you never know when you're gonna lose them, and that's facts. And I'll catch you in my next one.
Roche brought me the hat that I need for the stream right here. This is my alter ego, Anita McSween. Anita McSween.